faith, vow, practice, and enlightenment in the Great Tao of Oneness. In the Great Tao, spiritual cultivation follows a systematic path that consists of 4 essential elements. 1. Faith, developing understanding and belief in the Great Tao. 2. Vow, making a sincere commitment to follow the Great Tao. 3. Practice, applying the teachings of the Great Tao in daily life. 4. Enlightenment, achieving spiritual realization and transcendence. These 4 stages form the path of self-cultivation, leading to spiritual liberation and the ultimate return to the divine origin. Below is a detailed explanation of each stage in the Great Tao practice. Faith, developing true belief in the Great Tao. What is faith in the Great Tao? Faith is the foundation of spiritual cultivation. It refers to believing in the existence of the Great Tao as the universal truth, trusting in the guidance of the divine teachers, Jigong Living Buddha and Yue Hui Bodhisattva, having confidence in the teachings and principles of the Great Tao, recognizing the law of karma and the importance of moral living. Faith in the Great Tao is not blind belief. It is a conviction that comes from experience, study, and practice. How to strengthen faith. Faith is not static. It must be cultivated through a few key steps. First, receiving the Tao. This is the initial step where one reconnects with their divine nature. Next, studying the scriptures and teachings. It's about understanding the principles of Taoism, Confucianism, and Buddhism. Then, observing real-life karmic effects. By seeing how good deeds bring blessings and bad actions lead to suffering, one's faith can deepen. Finally, engaging in discussions and learning from elders, strengthening faith through communal learning is invaluable. The importance of faith. Without faith, one lacks the motivation to cultivate the Great Tao. Faith gives strength in difficult times, providing spiritual resilience. It creates the foundation for the next stages: vow, practice, and enlightenment. Vow, Yuan, making a commitment to the Great Tao. So, what is a vow in the Great Tao? A vow, or Yuan, is a sincere promise to follow the Great Tao and contribute to the salvation of sentient beings. It is a spiritual commitment to live a life of virtue and righteousness, help others receive and cultivate the Great Tao, and dedicate oneself to the mission of universal salvation. Vows in the Great Tao are not mere words, they represent a deep, heartfelt commitment to serve the greater good. Types of vows in the Great Tao. Personal vows, promises to improve oneself, practice morality, and cultivate wisdom. Bodhisattva vows, a vow to help guide and save other sentient beings. Universal salvation vows, the highest vow dedicated to spreading the Tao and assisting in the great mission of awakening humanity. How to strengthen one's vow. Reflect on the impermanence of life. Understanding that life is temporary encourages a stronger commitment. Study the teachings of enlightened beings, learning from Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and saints. Engage in Tao services and rituals. Participating in ceremonies helps strengthen one's spiritual determination. The importance of making a vow cannot be overstated. A strong vow gives direction to one's spiritual practice. It deepens one's commitment and prevents distraction from worldly desires. Making a vow creates spiritual momentum, pushing a person towards enlightenment. Practice, or Xing, is the actual application of Taoist teachings in everyday life. It includes moral cultivation, which means living with honesty, humility, and compassion. It also involves spiritual disciplines such as practicing meditation, prayer, and vegetarianism. Lastly, it encompasses serving others through good deeds, charity, and spreading the Tao. The 3 major areas of practice are crucial for anyone on the path of the Great Tao. First, cultivating personal virtues by eliminating greed, anger, and ignorance, and practicing humility, patience, and gratitude. Second, acting with righteousness in society by treating others with kindness and fairness, and avoiding harming others physically or emotionally. Lastly, engaging in spiritual service by helping others receive the Tao, teaching and guiding new practitioners, and assisting in Taoist rituals and ceremonies. How to strengthen one's practice? Well, it starts with daily self-reflection. By reviewing one's actions, one can identify areas for improvement. Seeking guidance from holy teachers is also crucial. Learning from spiritual mentors can provide invaluable insights, and of course, perseverance in spiritual cultivation is key. Practicing consistently despite difficulties helps in solidifying one's spiritual path. The importance of practice cannot be overstated. Without practice, faith and vows remain theoretical. It is through practice that one accumulates merit and transforms karma. Practice is the bridge to enlightenment. Only through action can one achieve true realization. Enlightenment, or Zheng, is the ultimate goal in the Great Tao. It is the final stage of spiritual cultivation, where one attains a deep realization of the Great Tao, directly experiencing the truth. This stage also involves freedom from karmic attachments, transcending worldly suffering. Ultimately, it is about returning to the origin and achieving unity with the divine. Signs of enlightenment: a peaceful and unshakable mind, no longer disturbed by external situations, compassion for all beings, seeing others as part of the same universal consciousness, mastery over desires and emotions, free from attachments to wealth, fame, and material pleasures. How to attain enlightenment: continuing deep practice and refinement, never stopping spiritual cultivation. Letting go of ego and attachments, realizing that selfishness and attachments hinder progress. Helping others on the path. True enlightenment is not only for oneself, but for all beings. Importance of enlightenment. Enlightenment ends the cycle of reincarnation. It unites the practitioner with the Great Tao, bringing eternal peace. The enlightened person guides others, fulfilling the mission of universal salvation. The path of faith, vow practice, and enlightenment is the core spiritual framework of the Great Tao. It provides a structured approach to self-improvement, spiritual awakening, and ultimate liberation. By following these four principles, a practitioner walks the path of wisdom, compassion, and enlightenment, ultimately achieving spiritual fulfillment and universal harmony.